Morning. The reason I start this morning briefing with a recap of traditional assets is because it typically sets out the macro environment for investors globally. So on Friday, after what had been a painful week, equities and other risk assets jumped. So the 10-year yield actually marched on to above 1.6%, levels that would force current investors to reconsider high valuations. And then the S&P and the Nasdaq fell, but then still jumped and closed higher. This morning in Asia, futures indicate also some bullishness to come. Of course, what happened is a $2 trillion relief bill in the US advanced to Senate over the weekend. Now, Friday and Saturday were relatively tame days for crypto, with some downside volatilities, but Bitcoin, both sessions were closing 1% higher. And then on Sunday, while traditional markets prepared for a more bullish week, Bitcoin rose 4.5%, and we're now closing the session at around 51,000. The more interesting story, though, was Ethereum, rising boldly over 12% over Saturday and Sunday, and currently above 1,700. Naturally, every crypto investor is wondering if or how soon we will reach $2,000 again. Now, the Bitcoin dominance remains at 61.5, suggesting that some of the other alts didn't outperform, or they just held on to their gain, right? And that's true for Chainlink, for Polkadot, for Litecoin, for Cardano, etc. Now, the end of the week was also an interesting time for GBTC. Unlike an ETF, the Grayscale fund doesn't arbitrage discount or premium by changing its holding. What that means is when buyers go in the fund, it buys Bitcoin, but then when they exit, the Bitcoin holding stays the same. And at the end, you end up with Bitcoin, the fund trading at a discount for the fund. That discount reached almost 12% over the weekend, and so for any curious investor out there, it was a chance to buy some cheap Bitcoin. Now, thanks to a Glassnode data chart, we can see that hodlers, the people who have Bitcoin, have been holding them, continue to hold them during downturns that we saw during last week. That's super supportive. And then away from pure price action, but still very supportive, over the weekend, two pieces of news came through. MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 10 million worth of Bitcoin at an average price of 48,888. And then Meitu, a large Chinese app provider, announced that they purchased 40 million worth of Bitcoin over the weekend as well. So those amounts are non-negligible, and yet they've become the norm as more and more corporations pour in. Now my question is, did you load up? That's it for me today. I wish you a great day and a great trading day. If you haven't done so yet, please like, please subscribe. It helps with the visibility, but also means you'll be updated when new videos come out.